Okay, here we are, continuing yesterday's explorations. We're gonna have a short stream today because I gotta go, but I still wanted to get a sneak in at least one league before I leave, because I am just kind of really excited by testing this this card, like by testing this card in within the amulet shell. The main deck has felt very good. I don't think there's anything I want to change. I think the three relics are excellent. I think the three carns are great. I could see adding a fourth one, but I think three is just a fine number. It's just it's kind of nice that it costs four. Like the fact that it costs four makes me want to maybe play a fourth one just because it's like a very just cheap threat. But I think it's fine though. However, on the sideboard, I have been thinking, and I want to like try out. What's up, Sergio? Welcome. I want to try out Wormcoil Engine. I went back to Ensnaring Bridge first of all over Silent Arbiter, which was the other option. The main reason for this is Dismember and Reflector Mage out of humans. Uh, Both cards that your humans opponents will most likely be bringing in. So bridge is at least a little bit harder to answer. Yeah, well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Welcome today. So I'm trying to figure out Cejas with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. 4 months. Holy crap. Thank you so much for the support. And thank you so much for those. Enjoy your emotes. Which, I have a great guy that works on those emotes, so it's good stuff. Um, so yeah, this is the card that I'm trying to see if I can fit. The problem is I just really like every single one of the other cards that we got going on. The only one that I could see going is the Silvok replica. The idea is super sweet to have answers to main deck Blood Moon, even in game one. But I wonder if this is just too cute or something. Good evening, Hisio. Um, I don't know. Maybe I should be like cutting the blast zone. I still want to continue testing this card, so I don't think I'm gonna do that for now. I think the Silvok replica idea is very good. Maybe it's just not needed. Because if we're playing against the Blood Moon deck, we can probably just like Karn for Wormcoil and kill them this way. Or Karn for Lattice. I definitely like this idea. All the other cards seem excellent. Trinisphere is the only one that we haven't really brought in. But the main reason for that it's mostly because we never got paired against Storm or any combo deck like that, which is great. So I'm not complaining. But the idea for Trinisphere is for decks like that. I also thought about Thorn of Amethyst, which is basically like a Thalia effect. But I think Trinisphere is just going to be overall more powerful and less impactful for us as well. Okay, let's cut the replica and let's try this. Let's cut the replica and try this. I think that this is gonna be something that's gonna happen a lot. It's gonna be just like me being quite happy with the main deck and just messing around with the sideboard slots because of all the potential wish targets. Like if we didn't have already enough, toolboxes, now we add yet another one. And today is the 9th, and this is KARNmulet 3.0. So let's update this real quick. Stream Decker, KARNmulet 3.0. So now it should be updated in the Stream Decker, and now it should be updated in the deck command. So we're good to go. Okay. The main reason for this, I think, is simply black green. That's like the main reason for wanting to have access to the Wormcoil engine. That's, I think, probably the only deck where this card is very, very good against. Because even against burn and stuff, they can easily play around it, or you just like, you know, play Wormcoil and they just burn you out on that very turn without you get to before you get in advantage of the life gain. So that's why I don't like Wormcoil against burn style decks. I think it's a little bit lackluster there. But against black green, it's actually very, very good. But yeah, I honestly don't think there's any other decks where I would want this. Like against blue white, I don't even think I want this. Against blue white, my go-to would be something like Crucible, for example. Even Python Needle if they have a Planeswalker in the board already. Trinisphere, Lattice if I get to, of course, but I don't think I will get to that very often against blue white. Even getting Ballista is better than getting Wormcoil against blue white. Well, the same thing happened yesterday. Like we took like 4 minutes or more to find the first match, and then after that it was fine, but it really took a while for us to find the first match yesterday as well. Okay, let's try this out. Okay. We're playing against a 1-1. They go first. I think this sand is okay. Double Karn Father. Speaking of blue white. Speaking of blue white. Please tap out. They don't tap out. So here we can play around Mana Leak or not play around Mana Leak. I think I want to not play. I guess Negate also gets me. So it might be better to not let my opponent use their mana. Just F6. If they have opt or something like that, they have opt or something like that. But I think like every turn that goes by where my opponent doesn't use their mana is good for us. Nice. I could go for Asusa. That does not seem particularly good for me. Uncounterable Karn. Sick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a bad draw right there. So we can lead on these and see what my opponent does. And if they don't counter this, we can play an Uncounterable Titan, which sounds pretty good for us. Titan U. And I definitely want to get a couple of green sources here. because I want to make sure that I can V-click. Okay. They V-click themselves. Oh, surgical. Oh, surgical. Good stuff, good stuff. I think I want to double Simic here. And protect both my T-West and my Cavern. Even if they field here, it's fine. Even if they Cryptic Bounce here, it's also fine. I can still pay for my Pact. Nestor Seltor, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. What do we got here? Is this Hase? No, Cryptic. Okay, I can still pay for my Pact, so... I guess they got like Upkeep Path for this guy. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they do not have path for this guy. So now this main phase Cryptic makes very little sense now. I am intrigued by my opponent's lines of play. I guess I could have attempted to Karn here. I don't think it's gonna be necessary. And I want to protect my Cavern. So I think I am... Do I double Gemstone here? Because I don't want to get blown out by this Field of Ruin. I guess I double T-West. Double T-West seems very reasonable. Or I guess I can Fountain Simic. If I Fountain Simic, yeah, I like that. If I Fountain Simic here, I can replay the Fountain, and that's like a land that I don't really care about getting fielded, and I can play Amulet this turn as well. So I think this is fine. And it also stops the Vendilion beats. Beats by Vendilion Click. Oh, they had two surgicals. That makes a little bit more sense now. I mean, if they don't have a path for this guy, though, I don't think I care about them getting rid of my Summoner's Pact. Just like, yeah, sure. Okay, you got my pacts. Still dying to my board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't even need to discard. Value. Narset results. Narset results. Okay, they found an oust. It's not bad. That one is not bad. So they can oust my prime time, and then they can make me shuffle with field. What I can do though is I can Karn and minus go get Walking Ballista and then Ballista for 2, which is enough to kill the Vendilion. Sounds pretty good. They probably have negate for this guy though. They do have negate for this guy. Mana leak. Okay, I will choose to pay. So they are gonna be basically forced. They're basically forced to field me. So I guess I'm going to plus here actually. Plus on. I can plus on the amulet and attack the Narset. I kinda like that. Yeah, I kind of like that play. They don't have enough mana to like field and activate Colonnade, so they need to choose. It's been quite good, honestly, Dom. It's been pretty sweet. Logic not enters the revealed card zone. So they field and then they have only 4 mana, so they cannot Colonnade. But they shuffle away. They successfully shuffle away my prime time. I do know about the not in hand. Okay, these are the worst draws in my deck, which kind of sucks. So we're going to... Huh. I could Explosives on 3, and my opponent can nod it. I think I'm simply gonna minus for Ballista. And make it uncounterable. Definitely seems like the best play. And I can Ballista for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems strong. It also forces my opponent to tap out next turn if they want to answer the Karn, because they need to Colonnade attack it. This build really enjoys this build really enables all sorts of very cool play patterns. Gonna get Walking Ballista. We're gonna name Construct. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got out 2 with the tier 1 subscription. Thank you very much for that support. Really appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes. Okay, now we pass. Also, I can count for Crucible in order to get back the the cavern. That's pretty sick. Ping you. Whoops. Ping you. I can let the path resolve and I can get the Ballista back. Is that value or what? Whew. Wow. Oh my god, Karn is insane. Karn is insane. I just let it resolve and I can get back to Ballista if I want to. Wow. That's crazy. We're gonna transmute for Pact of Negation here, of course. Guess we're gonna bounce the Radiant Fountain. Transmute. We can prime time. Is that something we're interested in doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should we prime time? We can pack the knot. I think I want to make my opponent tap out before I do that. So we're just gonna plus the Karn and pass the turn. That's a colonnade. So I guess we win now. This is great. Like, my opponent is so busy trying to deal with Karn that they are gonna get prime timed. Oh, Grook, this is... I don't have words to explain how cool this is. Prime time, yep. Do you want to not me? Sure. You know about this, so... This game was excellent. I loved every second of this game. Back to you. I loved every second of this game. Like all the plays trying to mess with what my opponent was doing. It was just sick. I really enjoyed it. Well, my opponent showed me Click, so I think I actually want to take out Kalni Garden over Radiant Fountain. And I guess I can take out the main deck explosives. Yeah. Karn is merely an extraction. Wow, is Karn 16 ticks already? Sweet. Yep. I got them for like 10 and I was like, yeah, this card is very likely to go up in price. And yesterday I got my paper playset. Yeah, that is actually pretty sick, Punt. Like the fact that you can like even more safely than ever side out your amulets now, because if you really need them, you can just go get them. It does make the sideboarding super strange though. I do think I want access to Rex Sage probably over the Coalition Relic. And maybe I do want access to Hornet Queen because of Surgical, which my opponent showed me already. Do I keep this? I do keep this though. Now the question is, can we find a bounce land? Playing around the tension sphere, which my opponent did show me, so... Yeah, B Temple, yeah, it's a very, very slow process, but it can be done. It can be done. Which is kinda cute. I think it's worth playing out the Scout. But again, still not interested in playing into the tension sphere. Yikes. If they want to counter this, I'm okay with that. They do want to counter it. They counter and draw. Okay. They know I have no land, so there's no need in like holding up the scout. Makes no sense. Scurtus with that Twitch Prime sub. 6 months? Holy crap. Are you like the one of the first ever subscribers of the channel? Because that's sweet. Yeah, we just need to find bounce lands here. Mold to 5 is falling short. Mold to 5 is falling short. What are the matchups we really want Karn for? Literally everyone. I don't think there are any matchups where I want to side out a Karn. Wow, that's so risky. So if I found a bounce land here, I just win the game basically because my opponent tapped out of Field of Ruin. I guess unless they play another land. Which they do not. Okay, and they also need to go to this card. Play second amulet. Mana leak. Okay, we gotta do some math here. So I flash in the bounce. This gives me 2 mana. I can pay 3. Then I play. This resolves. Then I play turf. It gives me. Yeah, so my opponent is dead. Activate. What is going on, Modo? Modo? Help me out here. Okay, there we go. So it's just some lag. Yeah, it seems like my computer froze a little bit there. Cute card. Cute card. So that's 3 mana. So tell me more about how you tapped out, opponent. Tell me more about how you tapped out here. The Cheese Standalone, thank you for that tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thanks everybody for the support. I really appreciate it. Yes, I would like to pay for this. Play my land for turn. Wow. Mul to 5. Mul to 5. Opponent, they don't even want to see it. They're like, okay, you got it. I trust you. They don't even want to see it. They're okay. They trust me. Hashtag outplayed. That was a cool match. I enjoy that match. I like that part where my opponent. There was this part where my opponent tapped out, and then they died. It was good. It was a good part. How you doing, Edgar? Have you been experimenting with this guy? It's been doing some nasty stuff in my in my testing. It's been doing some real nasty stuff. I'm still trying to figure out what the sideboard slots should be for the wish board. This is what I got going so far, but I think there's still a lot of experimentation to be done. I wonder if because of Karn we never side out Bog again now. Because if we go and we find one of our sideboard artifacts and they get destroyed, we can just Bog ourselves and then get it back with Karn. Um, that's just too cute, cheese standalone, and it just happens a little bit too often that when you're playing against a deck where you really want graveyard your graveyard hate, you want it ASAP, so you want to, this looks like a keep to me, you want to be able to basically play the Karn, immediately activate, and immediately go fetch for Tormod's Crypt, and then do your thing. Yeah, I ordered my Karns yesterday. I had to basically. Oh, interesting. Interesting. You think Chalice is better than Three Ball? My thought process was that Three Ball is just better against decks um, like Storm and stuff. Like overall, though I guess if they have 3 mana, they can answer Three Ball and then go off. And if you put the Chalice on 2, they can basically not win. Okay, so this enables me to do stuff. So I think I'm going to scout here. If they have another Thoughtseize effect, that is fine. It's bad if they go push plus Thoughtseize, but if they do only one or the other, then it's good for me. Okay, so they decide to go for the bolt, which is fine. Wow. I guess they really needed to do that. Hmm. So do I play around Maelstrom Pulse or not? It's like one Maelstrom Pulse. The problem is if I do get the amulet here and play it out and they do have the pulse, I basically lose the game. The other side of that is that if they don't have the pulse, then I win. So basically it's a matter of, do we want to basically decide the result of the game in this next turn? I think I need to go for it. It's not particularly likely for them to have land into pulse, and they don't know about the prime time. So I think I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna go for the amulet. Again, this is the game winning play right here. The same needle 3 times versus Tron yesterday, yeah. I think this is gonna be the better play. I think. Again, as I just said, this could really backfire, but like hopefully they tap out for Liliana or something. That's a Liliana, so my opponent is dead. Well, I guess I can't double strike. Boohoo. Unless I draw exactly like the one of my other 2 combo lands. Oh, actually, now they are dead, right? Because I can go get a Susa. Or I can double prime time. That seems better. Yep, let's double prime time here. Stronghold, Garrison, and then attack step is gonna be make mana, and then Vesuva Stronghold. Yep. OP is dead. And there's no 0 mana card that can stop me. Yep. Alright, sweet. Now we do a very clean swap here. Like this. Bring in Hornet Queen. This guy is... Like, I don't think I even want to side out amulets here. Because there's no other card that I would want to play, right? Yeah, I think this is going to be it. Just like that. Take out the bad card, bring in a good one. Call it a day. Sure. What's up, Jesus? How you doing? Opponents exist. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. I could just... But that would be missing on style points, Edgar. This is not a stream that passes up on style points, you know what I'm saying? Is it just about having lethal, or is it about sending a message? Exactly. Exactly. Okay, opponent. Let's do it. Jump them out. Jump them out. So I guess it was correct to take the amulet, huh? Yeah, the only problem about the whole Karn thing is that I don't own Lattice, I don't own Sphere, and I don't own Ensnare Bridge nor Crucible. So yeah, that's a lot of I don't owns. I think this is going to be a mulligan, unfortunately. Just very slow. This is a keep, and we're gonna bottom that prime time. Turn 1 Fatsis. We need lands. This is a good land to have though in the matchup. Amulet down. Are you gonna surgical my amulets? Because that would be cool. Okay, that's not a good draw. Not a good draw. Not a good draw. Just don't have Bob, okay? Yeah, that one's fine. Okay, these draws have not been working out. I need something. 28 lands, come on. 28 lands. If they Liliana here, we're in trouble. Goif could be worse. So I could Vesuva here, and the reason for that is if I draw a bounce land, all of a sudden now I have 2 bounce lands. Which does not seem bad. I guess Vesuva copy my opponent's swamp. It would still enable me to explosives. Yep, I like that actually. So if I draw bounce land, it basically means more bounce lands. This enables me to play a Susa next turn if I do draw a bounce land, like I was saying. Instead of Sphere, perhaps Ethersworn Kindness is a route to take, doesn't tax us really, and can be found a little bit earlier. Well, it really does tax us, though. It makes Summoner's Pact terrible. So Kindness is not an option. What I was thinking is, as Edgar was saying, Chalice is the other thing that I would consider. Which would work because I do own a Chalice, so that's good. So Chalice would be an option, or I guess I'm taking my chump here. Chalice and Thorn of Amethyst. But I don't think I want Canonist. Also, with the way that this mana base work is, I made the switch. Like I'm playing 0 white cards in the deck in the 75. There's no white cards. There's no red cards. It's just straight blue and green. So that would also mean that I need to like change the mana base again, bring back the Kabira Crossroads, which I am not entirely sure I want to be doing. Why were they tanking about this? That's such a mean slow roll. That is such a mean slow roll. I don't appreciate that, opponent. So this should give us a little bit of time, at least. The question is, do we take 6 here and we crack EOT, or do we crack now and save 4 damage? I think that the answer is gonna be crack EOT. Okay, so they are forcing me to crack right now, which I think I do, because I want to, like, if they have Kolaghan's Command, it's just such a horrendous outcome for me. So I think that I'm basically forced into doing this. Slick Daddy, yes, I'm talking about cards I own in paper. Because, of course, I own these cards in Moto, otherwise I would not be able to play the deck. But yeah, like the stupid lattice is like $40 in paper, which is, it's just dumb. That's just so much money. I kind of hate that EDH is such a big factor in paper prices. It really is annoying. It really is annoying because yeah, I think I'm discarding Hornet Queen here, unfortunately. And they got back Fulminator. And they also have a True Drop. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be winning this game. Don't think, unless I drew a bounce land here, which I did not. I guess I should have played the Scout there. That was a mistake, probably. Yep, I should have definitely played out the Scout there. I think this lot is bad, B Temple. I don't like this slot, so I won't be playing it anymore. I tried it through 2 leagues, and I didn't like it at all. This is kind of like the price that we're paying, right? If we were playing like a normal list, I guess we wouldn't pact because we would die to the Fulminator, so never mind. But like we could have like pacted for like Tracker or something like that, or Bailoff. KARNmulet, yes, been watching yesterday's stream. This is almost too good to be true. It has felt very good. I'm not gonna lie. Nasty Onate. I think I take 7. I don't want to play again. I don't want to play into my opponents. Just like basically any removal spell blows me out. Yeah, B Temple, that's just so narrow. that's that's just so narrow that I don't think it's worth the slot in the 75. It's like such a specific situation. You need to have a pact in hand. You need to already have another Titan. You need to have a exactly only be able to make 5 mana in play, and you also need to have an amulet in play. So it's too narrow. I don't like it. Is this the second match of the day? Yes, it is. We played against Blue. Wow, okay, so I don't think we're winning this game. Not winning this one. We're still playing 28 lands. Still playing 28. And we even did steerings. Land? Okay. Land? Okay. 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 They might have like Grudge or what's his name, but if they don't, yield, until, and step. Columns command is what I mean. Have you tried a Dark Citadel to the board? It also seems like a little bit too narrow. Like already we're cutting it super thin. Like already I really want to play some cards that I literally have no space for. So I guess I'm gonna let my opponent see my deck. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Because I still have it shot here. Any untapped source basically means that I get to Titan next turn, so I think letting my opponent see the deck is fine. Player Green Wish deck with Safe Right Quest is one of the best cards, literally because it's getting you out of trouble so often. I don't even know what Safe Right Quest is. Safe Right Quest. Oh, I know this card, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any card. I guess Blast Zone is the card that could go in order to fit a Darksteel Citadel. Seems rough though. Okay, so let's put a charge counter here. And I think I am chomping the Goif and going down to 3. I'm not playing around Lightning Bolt. But I need the Azusa to survive because Azusa is currently making a bounce land a live draw. So my opponent should definitely all out attack, yeah. So I think it's just like throw the scout under the bus. If you have a bolt, I die. That's fine. I love that they didn't even exile the Hornet Queen, but it's correct to do so though, so it makes sense. Green. Play this. Summoner's Pact. Primeval Titan. Play Primeval Titan. Yes. Unfortunately, the colony is gone. So I guess we're gonna go for Fountain plus Bounce. They probably actually go after the Fountain here. Okay. Bounce this. Replay this. Up to 7. That's the turn. I mean, if they have a removal spell for the prime time, they have a removal spell for the prime time. Nothing I can do about it, so... Fountain plus Boga consideration there too. I'm trying to get out of bolt range. And like the Goif, like it can attack through the prime time anyway, so I don't think bogging is particularly relevant. They do have an answer though. Shit. Huh? Okay. Okay. I'll sacrifice the Azusa. There is still a chance. No cards in hand too. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're only gonna have access to 2, at most 3 mana next turn if I attack with prime time. I do think that bridge is a solid consideration. I don't think that it's a slam dunk or anything like that, but I do think it's worth considering for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess it's my graveyard, the one that's enabling the Goif. My opponent's graveyard does not have artifacts, so that would make it a 4/5. That's not a good draw. It's not a good draw. Shit. So I attack them. I needed to draw something here. I attack them. I can get. I had Blast Zone. I have. Blast Zone is just not fast enough. I cannot get Kalni, which is a very big deal. But if I don't do anything, I am just dead on board. Because I block the Goif and they attack with their Raging Ravine. That's exactly 7. So I guess I need to attack and have them make a mistake. Not the best place to be in, but... I am dead on board, even if I double bog, right? So I just need to have them make a mistake here. I basically need to have them play around something that I don't have. That's my out. Like for them to go after the Titan, like double block here or something like that. Actually, even with that, I'm still dead. I guess I'm not like technically dead. All right, there's a chance. So I need to top deck very well now. Goif down. Replay Fountain. F6. Yield anti-land step. Yeah, okay, they chose to put me to 2 instead of destroying the coalition relic. Which is a very interesting choice. Because now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess it's still not lethal. But I whiffed, so. Now the lands show up, of course. Didn't show up when I was missing land drops, huh? I think we submit the same though. Yeah, that would have been sick actually. If I top the Karn, I get bridge, and then on the following turn I get lattice, and that's basically the lock. Unless they draw another K command slash trophy slash decay. That would have been a 7 mana ensnaring bridge. Yeah, I guess Karn would have won the game there. That's kind of insane. I guess we did have six top decks. That would have been insane. How do we win through Karn lock ourselves? Well, we lock them. We don't lock ourselves. And then at our leisure, we just go get a ballista and just ping them to death. I imagine you're asking how do we win through the bridge, right? I imagine that is your question. The answer is my opponent is locked out. They cannot do anything. This is so slow, but I guess I need to keep this just because it has lands and spells. This is a super slow draw. Finding an amulet, gemstone mine, a basic forest, all of those would be very solid draws here. Any of those would speed me up by a turn. If they Thoughtseize Karn and then surgical them, that's just bad beats. Yeah, I bought my playset yesterday. I think that I bought them for like $8.75 each, and I think this card is gonna be at least $15 soon-ish. But yeah, it's funny because I hadn't spent I hadn't spent money on paper cards in like a year and a half or something. The last thing that I had bought had been like some commons, like Welding Jar, like Throne of Geth, because I was trying to build the Hardened Scales deck in paper. And I got like Arcbound Workers and all that kind of crap. So I spent like $3 in like 12 commons. Yeah, okay, so I'm expecting Karn to get surgical then. Which does not feel good. Does not feel good at all. I don't think I ship this hand though. I don't think I ship this hand. What about your dream beta force? They need to be English or Spanish. Spanish would be cool. I mean, as long as they're beta, I will take any kind of forest. Any language that is. I said okay. Moto is on a mood today. Lattice was already very expensive because of EDH, that stupid format that, you know, people play in paper that does not really exist in Moto anymore. It's so sad that I just keep naturally drawing my Hornet Queen, which means that it's gonna end up getting discarded to something. Because I never draw it. Like, Hornet Queen is great when you just have it in your deck, and on like turn 10 or 12, it helps you stabilize against your opponent's board, but yeah, this is not looking good for the home team. If I Karn, it basically insta dies. But I can go Karn for Crucible or Explosives or something like that. Or I can Scout. Scout is much better, much worse against removal. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Scout here. And then play out the Gruul Turf. Playing out the Turf, of course, is much better if I top deck exactly Amulet. That seems pretty narrow. Yeah, I think Lattice is just super expensive. As in hard to cast, not as in, I mean, also as in amount of mana, but okay. Nice synergy with your Tarmogoyf opponent. Good stuff. I don't think this card is modern playable, honestly. But cool. So I guess that now I just discard this and it's fine. I discard the pack to Liliana. Take 4. Bridge plus liquid metal. So I'm gonna discard the dead card here. All right, hang in there a second. Sorry about this. Sorry about that, we're back. Summoner's back down. Second Ashiok. What is this? What is this? Okay, so we do it, I guess, right? We Karn for Wormcoil. This is exactly why we put this card in the deck, so let's do it. No. This means search the library. It doesn't say anything about searching their exile zone, so basically we're going to play out the Karn. We're going to -4 Wormcoil. My opponent might probably Liliana me. And then yes, Wormcoil Engine. And I don't think it's worth attacking anything. Because my opponent kind of needs to kill this scout, because otherwise if I like get to chump the Goyf and protect the Karn, it's so bad for them. So I would imagine that they are going to Lily minus here anyway. And if they Lily plus, we have a redundant summoners back to this card, so... I guess we kind of died to Fulminator. We activate here. So Fulminator kind of wins it for my opponent. But there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I could have gotten Ensnaring Bridge, and that just buys me some time, but it's fine. Just don't have Fulminator. Please don't have Fulminator. Don't have Fulminator. Don't have Fulminator. Oh, why is this card in your deck, opponent? Why is that card even in your deck, opponent? Whoa, okay. Oh no, okay, I guess they do attack the card. Never mind, never mind. Yikes. I mean, I guess I actually can Hornet Queen here. Is that something I'm interested in doing? I think I'm gonna Wormcoil first and then Hornet Queen next turn potentially. Oh, you're right. You're right. Ashiok prevents me from doing this. If they let me trade straight up, do I take it? I think I trade with the Goyf, and then I don't trade with the Blood Braid. Just pass the turn here. As soon as we find a green source, we are going to win, basically. Never mind. mean, yeah, right? Colossal Dregmaw. Colossal Dreadmaw in. But you see, like, this card is, like, stopping me from killing my opponent, but it's not really doing anything for them. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Green source. Sweet. So I guess we win now, because I'm gonna get to attack the Ashiok this coming turn. And then I'm gonna get to do nasty things. Nasty, nasty things. Thoughtseize, you got it. Also, my opponent has a minute and a half left over there. So attack Ashiok, attack Ashiok, attack Ashiok, attack Ashiok, leaving one dude blocking. Kill your Ashiok. And we'll probably kill you next turn. Walker, creature, instant, artifact, land. So there's no sorcery on my graveyard. Destroy. Okay, that's fine. So I guess I'm gonna have to chomp the Goyf this turn, which is fine. But at this point, my deck is enabled. My opponent can't win anymore. I have a prime time in play. That was really cool. Wormcall in the sideboard, already proving its worth. Already proving its worth. Bought me like 4+ turns. That was pretty sexy. I like that. I enjoyed that a lot. Have you tried liquid metal coating in the sideboard? I honestly don't think it's what we want to be doing. Like, it allows you to go after lands, but it's like it's a very slow process. And I don't think, like, we are the ones making the mana, right? I think like the coding, it's against decks that can really leverage that part. And I think that our version of liquid metal coding is to like Karn, Crucible, Azusa, Ghost Squatter. So I think that's like our version of doing that, basically. Except we get to destroy 3 lands each turn instead of just the 1. I guess we keep. Let's see what we're up against. Hopefully no turn 1 Chalice on 1 would be troublesome. Playing against Tron. Sweet. So we get to Amulet into Scout. Now if we draw a prime time, we basically win on the spot. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. Steerings for T West. It's better for us to develop our mana, right? So we're just gonna do this. Do a little bit of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still have enough mana, so I guess we're going to bounce the basic forest here. We're gonna play Karn, and we're going to minus on lattice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this deck broken? Is this deck broken? I don't think it's cubic. I don't think it's a matter of paths are not needed anymore. It's more of a matter of I'm trying out things and trying to figure out what works and what does not. And so turn 1 Vesuva, turn 2 Simic Growth. This hand is very good otherwise though. I think I'm gonna keep. It might be wrong. If my opponent 10-3 cards me, I die. It's just a matter of I want to try things and I want to see how everything works out. And this enables me to do so. Like by playing more sideboard stuff, right? More artifacts in the sideboard, which is enabled by... Wow. Which is enabled by, you know, me. I needed to make room somehow. It's also kind of nice the fact that we don't need white mana anymore. So I could Karn this turn. I think there is actually more value. Like I can have access to 10 mana next turn, so I can simply just like Karn and Lattice on the same turn. So I think I was going to. My opponent didn't want to have fun, so it's fine. But I was going to hold up Negate for this turn, which basically stops any Nature's Claim or anything like that. But my opponent just didn't want to play anymore, so guess we win. My win percentage with Tron in the past, against Tron in the past 2 weeks, I want to say, I think is 100%. I think my win percentage against Tron is literally 100%. The MV Willis, I bought 4 because I think that like I am 100% convinced that the card is gonna go up in price. So I don't mind. I don't mind like buying one for, you know, I bought them for 875 I think yesterday. So I don't mind like buying one more card for 875 that I might be able to sell for like, you know, 10 tickets, $10 like in a month or two. So I just bought 4 just in case. And if I end up really liking this, which I have been honestly, and I decide to go for the 4th Karn, then I just have it, so I can do it. I think we are the best Karn deck. I thought that Sweatpants. I thought that that was implied. You had 2 foil of this and you sold them. I am 100% you sold prematurely. I think this card in foil is gonna be worth like $80 or something because I think it's here to stay in Legacy, and Legacy players really love their foils. So I do think that if you sold them for like $40, you definitely sold very prematurely. If you sold for 60, you're probably fine because it's gonna take a while. But I think that in like a year or two, this card is in foil is gonna be like 80 or $100. Why young Melody? Yes, I'm gonna keep this turn. Whenever you think of a card that you would want to test in the deck, you always have to ask yourself why. As dumb as it sounds, that is the question that you want to be asking yourself. And if you don't have a okay, so my opponent's on the mono red prison deck, so I am expecting a Blood Moon, so I want to play out the Gemstone Mine while it can still get a counter. Am I getting cheesed out? Turn 1 Chandra. That's mean. Sold for 45-ish in dollars. Ha! Ha 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 ha. Chalice on 1, you got it. This is a super tricky turn. I think I'm gonna leave this turn hanging because I really need to go to the bathroom. So I will be right back. Sorry about this. Okay. EON, I didn't see your question. ¿Cómo andas? So EON asks, I'm gonna answer in English if you don't mind. EON asks, how do you see the deck in the future of Modern Horizons? And the answer is, I have no idea because I don't know what Modern Horizons will have for us. So whenever I see that, I will know how it goes. But yeah, so basically my idea for Witchbane Orb is that, and the reason why I don't think it's good, it's because by the time you're able to play it against Burn, you're either already dead or you are already winning, so it doesn't really make sense to play it. I think here I'm just going to play Karn plus. I was doing the math while I was in the bathroom because that's what I do when I go to the bathroom. I do amulet math, so I cannot Azusa. Basically, I want a Karn for Python Needle. That is gonna be the play, right? Because I need to stop this Chandra because it's gonna ultimate and it's gonna kill me. So that's pretty straightforward. So basically, what I'm trying to figure out is if I had enough mana to do so with Azusa. I packed him for Azusa, and the answer is I would have enough mana, but that would mean that I would not have enough mana to pay for my pact. So That's not cool. So I think I'm simply going to play Simic Growth, bounce Gemstone, make 4 mana, play Karn, plus on the Chalice, and then pass the turn. I could have also plus on the Amulet and attack the Chandra, but I don't think that is. I was trying. I really want to stop my opponent from having mana here. Cool. Okay, so we're fine. We're gonna win this game now. Punished. So punished. So we are just going to -2. Go get Pithing Needle. There we go. Name Chandra, Torch of Defiance. My opponent can top deck exactly a Braid, but I guess they didn't have another Braid in their deck because they just conceded. Yeah, I know that Needle was Chalice, but Karn kills Pithing Needle. It's so busted! It does everything that you want to do. Karn does it. Your opponent has Needle on one, Chalice on one, no problem, just plus. It's very difficult for a non-mythic card to go to close to $20. Walking Ballista was $40 at one point, or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was like 40 tickets on Moto, I can't remember. But Walking Ballista was extremely expensive while it was in standard. Collected Company also was very expensive, yeah. It was like $30 or something. I think I do want the negates. Probably over a Bojuka Bog. Oh. Bojuki Bog. And a Summoner's Pact. Let's go with this. Sad. This kind of hands always make me very sad. This hand is pretty great, actually. Yes, please. Okay, turn 1 Moon. Sure. Darksteel Citadel. Interesting. I think making all my land drops is gonna be the most important thing here. And if my opponent has nothing, like it seems like is the case. Whoops! I forgot to play my land. I guess at that point, at this point, I might as well just start attacking. Oh, they just a Braid, sure. And I F6, so I'm dumb. I missed another land drop. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be particularly relevant. Chalice on 0 is also fine. Whee! What do we do? Can we sideboard something? We're gonna Lattice my opponent next turn, so I think I'm just going to do this here. Play out the Amulet. And Lattice them next turn. I just want to say that my opponent turn 1 Blood Moon me. They Blood Moon me on their turn 1. Okay? They Blood Moon me on their turn 1. And I won. I am slightly worried, guys. I am. I am slightly worried. I think. I think we. I think we might be very close to getting there. I am honestly suspecting I am going to be going the full for Karn. And right now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna take out for it. All right, trying to get that 4-0, that 5-0. Sorry. No green source, double steerings. I don't think I like this hand. I think I'm gonna mull. This one is cool though. I think I keep this. Bounce. Yes. I think I want this. Since I already have a bounce on the top, I think I can do this. Now this coming turn, I'm going to steerings. We're playing against Affinity. If we find an amulet here, we're gonna be in a really, really good wow. Wow. Please play a Steel Overseer here, please. Because I don't know if you guys knew, but this is an this is an artifact hoser. I guess I'm gonna, if I find second amulet, I win on the spot, and I don't even need to show them the Karn. Yeah, okay. Mull to 6, turn 3 kill, no big deal. Just your regular amulet things. Just your regular amulet things. I didn't even need to show them that I'm playing Karn. That's 3 plus 6. I can double Titan. Although I guess it's technically correct. I guess it's technically correct to not go for double Titan, because if they have surgical, I would lose a game that I mean, I'm not gonna lose. I could lose a game that I have no business losing, so I think it's better to just do this. Sunhome, and I guess I want a Vesuva, sure. So I can bounce the Vesuva. Boom, 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 boom. Some things happened, some stuff happened. I guess Kalni can go here? Kalni or Cavernous Souls? No, I think I actually wanna. This one's rough. Do I want I think I like the untapped source better, even if it doesn't tap for green for steering's purposes. How has Karn been today? Better than yesterday. um, how do we feel about this one? Basically, a green source kind of wins the game on the spot. I think I keep. Particularly with access to Blast Zone. Yeah, I just don't think it's worth. I don't think the Chromatic Lantern is worth it in this sideboard. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I can still lose here, I guess. Don't turn Karn into the next Summer Bloom. Interesting. So I guess they have an answer to Amulet. I think that it's fine though. Like it uses my opponent's mana. It uses my opponent's mana on this turn. Okay. Never mind. Maybe it would have been better to try to look for a forest. Basic forest. Okay, this is all of this is useful information for me. I can Vesuva copy in the blast zone. Oh, never mind. Duh. There's a Blood Moon in play. Hello. Well, this is all my opponent has. Basic forest. It's Volscourge. Basic forest. Hey. Ancient steerings. For second basic forest. Good stuff. Good stuff. So next turn I can prime time. So I'm gonna take flashback grudge. You got it. Sounds good to me. You get. That's a Ornithopter. That's more Ravager fodder. It would be kind of sick to draw like explosives or something. So this is 5. We prime time, get 2 basic forests. If they attack with the Ravager, we can trade and they're gonna put all the counters on the Scourge. But I think that's fine, because at that point, then I can draw a Rex Sage and basically win the game. Wow, they're going all in without even trading. Alright, 2-turn clock. So, Karn wins. I had a lot of good draws there. Karn would have won. Karn would have won. Rex Sage wins. Summoner's Pact wins. Ballista. We don't have Ballista. Engineered Explosive wins. Hornet Queen wins. So we had like 4, 5, 9 draws, 10 draws that win the game on the spot, but we whiffed. Yeah, we we just die, right? Yep, we just died. Okay. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Blood Moon, and we still almost get an out. Let's do this again. Yeah, steerings would have been more looks towards Karn, towards... Because Karn can find Ensnare and Bridge, and at that point, I don't think my opponent can win anymore. Yes. Yes, we're gonna keep this. Just don't have the Nat Draw again, opponent, please. Just don't have the Nat Draw again. Don't Thoughtseize me here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think... This is a really hard turn. I think I do play out the Azusa. But I'm trying to figure out whether I transmute or whether I steerings. I think I'm going to steerings because I kind of want to find a basic forest just in case. My opponent showed me that they are really leaning hard on the Blood Moon plan, so play both gemstones and then steerings. This is my list. Foxy Potato. I've been working on this list since yesterday. This is my opponent taking a second to digest what just happened. Yep, Karn can be found off Ancient Steerings. It's so busted. It's so freaking busted. Does this work the way that I like it to work? Does this work the way that I would like it to work? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because they can't activate the ability of this or this. I'm having a good time. I'm just having a good time. I don't know what you guys want me to say. I'm just having a good old time here. Let's go see what we can find. We can swing for 1 if we want to. Or... Like, what does my opponent do here? I don't think I want a minus here. I think I want a plus here, because I think like the only way that I lose this game is if my opponent has exactly Galvanic Blast. So I think I just hold off this turn. I think I just hold off this turn, and I'm going to use this turn to kill the Darksteel Citadel. Also, this takes them off Metalcraft, which is hilarious. Turn 2 Blood Moon. Cool. You got it. Yeah, you got a Mox Opal. That one's gonna die next turn too. Cranial Plating? How can I ever beat this one? One, two, three, four, five. 6. -2. Yes. We 5-0'd. We got the 5-0. Also, funny enough, you can tap lands, like, players may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. I can just cast Hornet Queen if I draw land. 5-0! 5-0! That happened. That just happened. I am happy I got my cards yesterday. Because yeah. Colonel Sanders, thank you for that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thanks for the continued support. Thank you so much. Trinisphere can probably... Edgar was saying that he's actually playing Chalice over Trinisphere, which could be cool. Stupid Lattice is like $40 in paper. That's so dumb. The idea of defense grid. The thing is that our blue-white... I mean, you just have to see the game. The very first match that we played was against blue-white. And honestly, I don't feel like we need anything against blue-white. Like, it's just... Like, the matchup is absurdly good now. Because they need to... Like, my opponent spent I don't know how many resources trying to deal with this Karn. And then I just primetime them. It's just... they just cannot keep up with everything. We are just making so much mana. We are just doing so many things. And it's just... They just cannot deal with all of these different angles of attack that we have at the same time. So we played against blue-white, we played against mono-red prison, Affinity, Jund, and mono-green Tron. The matchup against mono-green Tron feels absurdly good, like super good. I played against Tron 4 times so far with this list, and I beat them handily every time. Yeah, nasty Nate. You can. I'm gonna upload it right now because I'm gonna be going to San Diego, so I'm not gonna be able to do this tomorrow. I usually update after the day after, but I'm gonna start updating right now because it's gonna be, first of all, it's gonna be a short stream, not even 2 hours. We just really breezed through that league, huh? So stuff that I liked, stuff that I didn't like. The worm coil, I was thinking that maybe worm coil is not really worth it. It was. Spoiler alert, it was. Against my Jand opponent, I played a Karn, and they were going to deal with the Karn, but it didn't matter because I tutored the worm coil, and then the worm coil won the game. So somebody already said Darkseid Citadel was an idea, and it's cool. Like it's not a bad idea. It's just I don't think that I want it over anything else that I got going on here. Like I like all my cards. I like all my cards that I have in this wish board, and I also do like all the cards that I have that are not in the wish board. So basically, let's look at the board. I wished for Ballista against control, and it was insane. It answered the click, forcing my opponent to have to deal with my Karn by tapping themselves out in order to activate Colonnade, and then we kill them. So it's definitely I do like having Ballista, explosives, and and Lattice. These are the must. I would never consider not playing this right here. These three will be in my sideboard. There's no questions. Pithing Needle also feels like it's a must. The only question that I would ask is whether the 1 mana is more relevant than the 2 mana. And we even had this come up today. It's like my opponent even had a Chalice on one, and it didn't matter because, hello, Karn destroys Chalice with its plus ability. This card is just dumb. It does everything we want it to do. So I think that because of that interaction, like the Spyglass, the Spyglass costing 2, I think it's a very, very real cost instead of 1. So because of that interaction, I think it's worth it to play the Pithing Needle over the Spyglass. I might be wrong with that, but I do think it's correct. Spellskite is, so basically if we get paired against Boggles or Infect, Karn is effectively a win con. So there's a very real reason for me to want Spellskite in the sideboard. Would Academy Ruins be a good fit for the deck now? No, it would not. Like I want all of my other non. So I explained this. People keep suggesting Academy Ruins, and it's fine. I mean, you can like the card Academy Ruins. Now, the reason why I don't play it, and I don't think I will ever play it, honestly, is that all of the cards that I have going on here are, I can only have so many colorless sources. By colorless, I mean so many non-green producing sources, and we are already stretching it pretty thin. So these are my green sources right here. I only have 18 green sources. I mean, technically 17, because Vesua shouldn't count. So I only have 17 green sources for a very, very... Maybe you can count a Cavern. But for a very, very green, hungry deck, we only have 17 green sources. So we are already playing it super, super thin. And like I kind of wish I had access to more green sources. And then like all of our other lands are just better than Academy Ruins. It's just a fact. All of these cards do stuff that is way more important than what Academy Ruins does, and I don't think it's particularly close. So if anything, Academy Ruins would be a sideboard card, and I don't think I like it as sideboard card either because it doesn't do anything that basically we need other cards in order for Academy Ruins to do something. And I don't think that is what you want your sideboard cards to do. You want your sideboard cards to be effective by themselves and win games, and or like if not win them, just like give you a heavy advantage just by themselves. And Academy Ruins doesn't do that. No, it's actually we 4-1 twice yesterday, and then we just 5-0'd. So that is 13-2. 13-2. So what is that? Like an 85% win rate with the deck. Yeah, both 4-1s were super close. Like one of the 4-1s we just died because I just draw nothing. On one game against Dredge, I just didn't draw a bounce line in 8 turns through 1 or 2 steerings, I don't remember. And then the second game, I simply didn't draw a threat until turn 6 or 7. Is Karn the truth? It definitely seems like it is. Definitely seems like it is. I try not to speak in hyperbole, but I think this guy might be it. It definitely feels better than Hive Mind. Like, we got to do some absurd stuff. My opponent turned 1 Blood Moon me today. My opponent turned 1 Blood Moon me and I won that game. I mean... My opponent turned 1 Blood Moon me and I won easily. it's insane. Honestly, I kind of believe that Karn might be like one of the best cards in Modern right now. And I am not saying this likely, but I think that if Amulet is not the best Karn deck, then it's pretty close. It's pretty damn close. Like the stuff that we got to do today was just gross. Like we got to do so many dumb things. Like we just beat Blood Moon 2 or 3 times today. At least two, because we beat it. We beat it off Affinity, and we beat it off the mono red prison deck. So we Karn basically beat Blood Moon twice today, and Blood Moon was like the vein of our deck. Like if we have no veins now, it means that we're great, right? T Prado, I'm not. I have to like start getting ready to go to make the drive to San Diego, so I'm not gonna be playing anymore today. I will for sure be back next week though. But yeah, I'm just like basically going over some closing thoughts on the deck. I think the sideboard still needs work. I don't think it's fixed. Um, I don't think that this is that this is the sideboard. As I was saying, I think these are going to be the 5 cards that I 100% wanna have, and I do also think that these are the optimal cards that I could play. Like I do think that Piting Needle is better than Spyglass, and I do think that Tormod Script is better than Relic slash Grafdigger's Cage slash blah. So I do think that these cards are gonna be in my sideboard. I probably think that these cards are also gonna be in my sideboard. At least these 4. I think these 4 are going to be in my sideboard. So these are the 6 quote-unquote flex slots. What about Witchbane Orb? Witchbane Orb is just not a good card for us. I mean, tell me what decks you would be bringing in Witchbane Orb against. Like, consider that it's not that we just play Witchbane Orb. We have to play a 4-mana card to then play a 4-mana card. If we're doing that against Burn, we are either dead by that point, or we are going to have won already. Against Mill, the same thing. Like we're gonna be doing this best case scenario on turn 3, where we're able to do Witchbane Orb. So I guess it's okay against Mill. It might be okay against Mill. I'm not even convinced that that is the case. Trinisphere is iffy. This could be a Chalice too. This could be a Chalice for sure. Like this is a card that I could see myself carding for against Burn. This I would consider like a solid anti-burn hate card. Because you can like make 6 mana like turn 2 and 3, and this actually stops your opponents off the top, and you can sometimes like play Karn and then Chalice on the same turn. And if you're Chalicing on 2, then you're effectively doing the same, because the 2-drops are the only ones that really get you. Sometimes it's the 1-drops against Burn, but like this is probably doing the same job as Witchbane Orb, except it's probably doing it better. Crucible sounds insane in theory. Maybe in practice it's not as good as I think it is. Bridge does, like, I have found myself in some situations where Bridge would have been an out. So it's possible that Bridge is a card that we do want. Same thing with Wormcoil. I think Wormcoil proved itself today. Because basically, you might think that I'm trying to like play this against Burn and stuff, but that is just not the case. I'm playing this against Black Green, and we played it today against John, and it did exactly what I expected it to do. It just basically I Karned for it, and then it just took over the game. It slowed down my opponent for like 4 turns or something, which was enough for me to draw out of my screw. I guess it was kind of like a mana screw or something, but yeah. In before non aggro decks in modern. Yeah, I just don't think that's the case though, because When you like, for example, let's say that you're playing blue white, are you really gonna tap out on turn 4 to play a walker that doesn't really progress your game plan, and then tap out again on turn 6 to play a Mycosynth Lattice? So you're basically playing Karn on turns 6 plus, and at that point, wouldn't you just rather be like playing Teferi and just like basically locking your opponent out by just countering everything that they do? Same thing with Jace. Wouldn't you just rather like play Jace and start brainstorming and like basically lock your opponent out that way? Same thing, we played against a bug deck, like a bug mid-range deck that was playing like Snapcasters and like a bunch of instants. At first I thought it was the what's his name, the Mystical Teachings deck, and then they played a card and I'm like, you're just that's just not good. It's just not good. You just have so much better win cons than stupid Karn. Control decks play new to fairy plus artifact and print top 3 cards. Opponent can't cast spells. Yeah, yeah. So even like control decks have just like better new walkers to be playing that are more synergistic with their game plan. I do think that the mono red prison becomes better with Karn. I do agree with that one. I am honestly not sure Tron becomes better. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. Because this card has a very big weakness, and is that it's not great at protecting itself. For 7 mana, you can like play Karn and get Ensnare Bridge, but if you're playing Tron, unless you mulligan to 4 and then you do that, you're gonna have 5 cards in hand. So your opponent is going to very easily attack through that Ensnare Bridge because you have 5 cards in hand, and then they're gonna kill the Karn. At that point, you are just like, well, you're still in the same spot. So that's why I'm not really convinced that this card is insane in the Tron deck. Maybe it is, and I'm just wrong. It's cool that it's a 10 mana lock, but same thing. You need to have played something before, because if your opponent already has a board by the time you play this, and this is what I think that a lot of people just forget about. If you play this and your opponent has a board, this does absolutely nothing. You need to like have the board completely clear for this to be a win condition. So that is something that I think that people forget about a little bit, and I think it is probably one of the reasons why I don't think that this card is going to be banned or something like that. I think that it's very good, but I don't think it's ban worthy. At least I don't think so yet. I think that everybody is just trying out, and it's cool and it's exciting and it looks very powerful, so everybody's just like jamming it in their deck. And once people realize, oh, I'm playing blue white, maybe I shouldn't be playing this. Oh, I'm playing like John, maybe I shouldn't be playing this. Once people realize this, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, so this is just played in probably Amulet, probably Tron, and in the mono red prison deck, and that's about it, really. Like, I guess Blue-tron maybe, or like some kind of like Eldrazi-tron kind of deck, which is probably not even that good there because they cannot make Tron very easily, and Eldrazi Temple doesn't help cast this guy, so you're actually paying full price for it without any real mana ramp. So I just went for Constellator Fire. Well, I'm very happy you did. Good for you. Danny memes. I think I would recommend you to do it. Yeah. I mean, I think though that the Karn package is only very good if you have all of these sideboard cards as well. And currently, in paper I don't own Bridge and I don't own the Mycosynth Lattice, and I guess I don't own Crucible either. But this one with the new reprint, this one is cheap-ish. It was reprinted M19, I think. I do have all the other ones. I guess I don't have Blast Zone, but that's fine. I can just not play that one. But if you do own all of the sideboard, all of the Wish package as well, then you can probably you're gonna be probably fine. But if you don't, then you're probably better off playing the Hive Mind version. Lantern plus Word Person too. Well, same thing against for Lantern. It's not easy for Lantern to get to 4 mana and to 6 mana even. For Weird Person, then yes, I think this card could potentially be very good in Weird Person. Lattice is very expensive. Is Tracker not necessarily anymore with Karn? I don't think so. So the main idea behind Tracker was that you could play it in Blood Moon matchups, and you can play it pretty easily, and it's going to be very powerful in Blood Moon matchups, and also that you can play it against Wear, and you can use it to draw into your win conditions, namely Hive Mind plus Summoner's Pact. Now you just have Karn. You just play Karn and it will win your Weir matchup. Yep, 40 bucks in paper. It's pretty stupid. Try new Karn in Blue Tron, having, but it's sweet versus Green Tron. Yeah, for sure. That's the kind of stuff that I'm saying, Baron. It's just maybe it's just sweet in some decks, and it's just not like actually good. It's just sweet. And when people are done with like doing the sweet thing and they're like, okay, let's move on to just like actually playing the deck for real, they're just gonna like take out the card and then just go back to their lists as they used to be. Wow, Colonel Sanders, are you really you sold it? Was it 250? Wow. Yikes. Sorry to hear about that. Sorry to hear about that. Yeah, the worst part is that in paper it was actually reprinted in Battle Bond. So I would have expected the price of that card to just like, be like 10 bucks or something. But like 40 bucks is just insane to me. If it were 10 bucks I would have bought it yesterday when I bought my cards, but it's 40, it's a little bit too much and a little bit too hard to justify. Okay, so closing thoughts on the list. I kind of want a fourth one of this. I kind of want a fourth one of this guy. I was always very, very happy when I drew it. So probably here. It does seem a little bit greedy to like shave a ramp card in order to fit a threat. To be fair, it is a 4 mana threat, so it's kind of like it bridges the gap between Azusa and Prime Time. I don't think I want to be playing any less lands because I think 28 is perfectly fine. It seems like a fourth of kind of card when you're playing such a large wish board. Yeah, that's mostly like the main reason. Is that like more than half of my sideboard is a wish board. Wow, actually it was like it was 9 and 6. I guess right now it's 10 and 5. So yeah, like 2/3 of my sideboard is a wish board. So when you say PM for the cyber guys, does that mean whisper in Twitch or DM on Twitter? Whisper in Twitch is better, JK Howells. KM has light is a little cheaper. Card plus shipping to the States might be cheaper. Maybe you can try it out. Coffee Pirate. You know what, Nasty Onate? Yeah. I guess if I'm cutting Relic, then playing a Darksteel Citadel it's starting to be way more appealing in the sideboard. I don't like this frame though. It's an ugly frame. But then we end up with the same problem, right? Like what do we take out now? I do feel like I do want a main board copy of explosives. You transmute for this card a little bit too much for me to not want to have one in the main deck. So I don't think that cutting the explosives is gonna be the way to go. One main, one cyborg that you can wish for seems like a great split. But barring Summoner's Pact, I think that Explosive is the single card that we transmute for the most. Followed closely by Pact of Negation, but I think it's definitely worth it to still have Explosives in the main. Yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to give it a shot to this Darksteel Citadel. I don't think what I'm gonna take out though. Maybe this Blast Zone is just, yeah, just whatever. It's just nice against specifically Meddling Mage and specifically Death Shadow. But Snare and Bridge is the nuts against Death Shadow already, so it makes me think. Maybe something like this. Again, I'm not sold on a lot of these cards, okay? I am sold on this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. These are the cards that I like and that I think are going to be in my sideboard. But yeah, just playing with 4 cards really makes me excited to go hard on the wish board. The thing is that at this point we're making our Summoner's Pact way worse. Like Pact can only get Rex Sage and Hornet Queen at this point. Instead of being able to get like a Million Colossus, Baloth, Tracker, Raminath, like it was so many options before, and now we only have like 3, I guess. So we're definitely making Summoner's Pact way worse. So I think with this list, I am going to be willing to side out Summoner's Pact much more aggressively than I currently do. The thing is that Cyberny has not been particularly tricky because it's usually like a very clean switch. Like against blue white, you want to take out your Radiant Fountain and you want to take out Engineered Explosives and you want to bring in both negates. That's about it. um, Drawing more than one is beneficial because you can use the first one much more aggressively to get your wish targets, and then the second one is the one that makes the lock happen. So I did draw multiples in 2 games, I think. One of them it won the game anyway, and one of them got Thoughtseize, and then the second one won the game. So Grafdigger's Cage is worse than Tormod's Crypt in my opinion. So I'm gonna stick to Tormod's Crypt. It reminds me a lot of Sidewinding High Titan. Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's just like, I mean, that's just how wish boards work. With Tess is the same thing. That's just like the way wish boards work. But yeah, I mean, it's the list has felt super strong. The list really felt super super strong. So I guess I'm going to keep exploring with this next week. Unfortunately, this weekend I won't be streaming because I'm gonna be working. But I've seen some lists with Wellinjar too. Yeah, yeah. I think at that point that's just a waste. We don't even have that many artifacts that we want to like regen, like amulet. Just like destroy my amulet. I don't care. I'm not gonna use it. I mean, if I have an amulet and a Karn in play, I don't care if you answer. I don't care if you answer my amulet because my Karn is gonna kill you. So I don't think I want to waste the cyber slot in Welding Jar. It's different if you're like playing again. If you're like playing Karn in like Word Person, where you want to like protect your bridges and stuff like that. In which case, Karning for a Welding Jar is actually pretty strong. But that's like a whole different deck at that point. But yep, that's gonna be it for me today. Sorry for the short stream, but unfortunately I do have to go. Thanks everybody for hanging out. If you haven't hit that follow button, make sure you do so you can get notified whenever I go live. And yeah, we do have a lot of we do have a lot of Amulet content in this channel. So if you enjoy Amulet and you enjoy Legacy, where we mostly play Maverick, though we have been experimenting with other decks too lately. But yeah, if you do enjoy this stream, you can definitely hit that follow button. If you actually want to support the stream, you can subscribe. You will get access to these 3 tier 1 emotes, as well as the No Bad Matchups emote, which is for tier 2 subs. Just a living being. Thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. And you can also PM me, and I will send you my sideboard guide. The sideboard guide is for this list, just so there's no confusion. The sideboard guide is for this list. This list is a little bit too new and a little bit too experimental so far. So I think it's gonna be at least like 1 or 2 more weeks before I find a list that I'm happy with. Like, I'm still trying out too many things in order to want to make a cyber guide about this one, and it really takes a long time to get those cyber guides done. But yeah. Then if you want to check out my previous streams, you can do so on my YouTube channel, which is right there. You can subscribe for free, and you can get notifications whenever I upload new videos, which is 3 or 4 times a week. So I do upload content fairly regularly. Then if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so over there. I always post whenever I'm going live and what decks I'm going to be playing. And if you want to follow the Amulet Discord, you can join it with that link right there. Finally, if you want to support the stream in a different way, you can make a donation. And with any donation of $12 or more, I will play your 75 live on stream. We can schedule a day where you are available to watch it, and I will play your 75 on stream. Basically any deck that I own or that I don't need to spend too many tickets in order to own. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Are we still on SNR Bridge? Yes, Jeremy and Gary Oak. We are. Let's see if somebody is. I looked today at all the channels that I follow, and everybody was playing Arena, and I'm like, ugh. Fortunately, we have Julian playing Vintage. Okay. All right, let's go raid Julian. Julian's great. If you don't follow Julian, he's awesome. So you should do it. All right, see you all in Julian's stream. I will see you guys next week. Have a great rest of your day, and I will, yeah, have a good weekend. Bye bye.